Hello YouTube. It is September 12th and today I'm going to actually do a new build on my Plume Veil 28.5mm. Okay. I just did a previous video on this atomizer and I had done a nichrome, but I didn't do the build on video. Well, today I decided I'm going to go ahead and rebuild it because I melted down one of the coils. When I was changing my cotton, I did a dry burn and one coil just melted right off. That's the thing about this nichrome. It is hot, very hot. So I'm going to go ahead and do a new build. She's all cleaned out, rinsed out, ready to go. Again, I'll show you the size of those holes on that atomizer. Big holes, man. It's beautiful. So anyways, what we're going to do today is I'm going to do a dual 6 wrap. We're on a 7/64 drill bit. Today I'll be working out of little portable boxes. Getting ready to fly out of town tomorrow, so I won't be making any videos for the next 10 days. Today is probably going to be my last video for a little while. But hopefully when I come back from my trip, I'll have some new mods, new addies or something. We'll find out. Going out to visit family, celebrate my anniversary, Dad's birthday, my little brother's birthday, all in 1 week. Pretty crazy, huh? Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually build 7/64 today. Don't mind me working out of my little portable boxes here. That's stuff I'm taking with me on my trip. So this is the nichrome 60. Very pliable. It's a little bit stiff. So when you're wrapping, I'm not using an actual screwdriver or something with a handle. I'm actually just using a rod. So I'm going to go ahead and do some dual 6 wrap. Okay. Here we go. So when I say this stuff is very pliable, I'll show you in a second. Once you wrap it on, it stays. It doesn't spring off or anything like that. Okay, let me count my wraps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So even on that one where there's a gap, I'm going to push it in like this, and it pretty much stays put. See, it's not exactly perfect, but once I get it on the addy, I'll be able to dry burn it and pinch it. Now let's see if with this nichrome, when you're dry burning, you got to pulse it. I'm going to see if I maybe have one of my coils actually melt down when I'm doing my dry burn. See, nice coil, right? 7/64. See how tight those wraps are? I haven't even burned it yet. And they're really close already. So, let's go ahead and thread this one into the atomizer. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave some space between the coil. I'm going to focus between the coil and the posts. For the reason of that is what I'm going to do is I'm going to push it towards the center. But I'm not going to put it directly center, just towards the center. when you're working with the thicker wires, you should always hold your negative post while you're tightening it to prevent it from rotating on you. Most negative posts will rotate. That's pretty normal. But when you with the thicker wire, it's always necessary to hold the center post to get that, make sure that your wire is nice and tight. Now on the negative post, you don't have to hold anything because these negative posts are actually milled to the deck. Okay, once I get this tightened in, I'm just going to take my needle nose pliers, put it up right against the coil, and scoot it. Now it's not directly center. It's not directly center, but it's toward the center. Okay? And by putting the needle nose pliers up against it, being that I don't have a screwdriver head to use to push, the needle nose pliers keep it nice and snug. Okay, let's go ahead and trim this off and do the second coil. Yeah, the ramp up time on this nichrome is incredibly fast. You'll see that once I do my dry burns. But always remember, when you're dry burning nichrome, you have to pulse it. You don't want to dry fire it and hold it, because you will torch the wire. It will just melt down. Okay, there we go. There's the second coil. Okay, let's see if I can get a focus on it, and then we'll. Okay, see, there's on the bottom coil. There's a little bit of gapping between the wires, but it's not a big deal because I'm going to go ahead and clean those up. That is the second coil. Also, I want to bring it down just a little bit closer to the deck. Okay, we're good. Now let's go ahead, trim the leads. Okay, we're golden. So now I'm going to go ahead and give it a dry fire. I'm going to pulse it. Okay, now we snug them up. See the ramp up time on there? No, there's no playing around with this wire. It ramps right up. Give a pinch and a hold. So the second I push this button, watch how fast these things get hot. Looks like we got a whole close button. Okay, we're looking good. No wasting any time there on this wire. Even if you build higher wraps, and more wraps, you're gonna get a fast ramp up, a lot faster than you would from Kanthal. The weird thing about nichrome is you can build exactly two coils, identical, Kanthal and nichrome. And the nichrome will ramp up faster, and it'll actually show different resistance over the Kanthal. Okay, one more quick pinch, just make sure everything is legit. You want a cloudy build, use nichrome. It is a softer alloy compound than Kanthal, so you will have to rebuild more often. Okay. These coils don't last as long as Kanthal, but the wire is not that expensive to begin with, so I guess that really doesn't matter, right? Let's go ahead and get her wicked up and give her a vape. Hot enough. Let's go ahead and get a brand new cotton ball. Okay, I'm going to go get about that much cotton. And I'm going to go just about half of this. And that'll probably be a little bit snug. So let's peel off just a little bit on there. Get one end twisted so I can feed it. You definitely don't want to make the cotton really tight, because you will choke out the coil and be more prone to dry hits. Okay, there's the first coil all wicked up. Very nice. Always keep the area below the coil clear so you can get some airflow past it through the bottom of that coil as well. See, there's the gap right below that coil, the cavern there. That's what you want. Okay, well, let's get her juiced up. and give her a vape. What I typically do is when I do my wicking like this, is I'll wick underneath the coil I'll juice underneath the coil first. I'll throw a nice squirt under there, and then that'll help start absorbing the e-liquid into your cotton. And then what I do is I'll just put the tip of my juice bottle right next to the coil, and I'll push into the cotton and I'll squirt it. And what that does is it shoots it straight into the coil. So that cotton in the coil is actually getting saturated faster instead of having to wait for it to make sure it's all the way into the coil. It's like injecting it. I'm going to guesstimate, if you're a super sub ohmer like such as myself, and you're running dual batteries and stuff, this coil build will probably last, maybe 4 days, 5 days, maybe a week. Just depends on how often you hit it. You definitely have to change your cotton pretty often. This bottle was full. It's a 10 ml bottle, and I just used that much to saturate my wick. Okay, so here we go, all wicked up. See how fast that ramp up time is? Yeah, buddy. That's nice. It's got a nice vapor signature. Tell you what, this build does not waste any time. Alright folks, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and cap her off. Okay, both airflow holes wide open. Side ones are wide open. Yeah, I'm using my handmade box mod, friend of mine made. Okay, dual 18650s. And here she goes. Love it. Gotta love it. Well, folks, that's it for today's video. I may end up making another one today before I go on my vacation, but until then, vape on.